What's up YouTube? I've got a spicy deck for you today. This is what RubinZoo used to hit rank 1 on the NA ladder at close to 500 LP. I only changed one card, so I added a Caitlyn where Ruben used an Ezreal. And as you can see at first sight, this is quite the burn heavy aggro list. Mixing direct burn damage with a discard package that also Draven Sion, for example, uses. The idea behind this list is that if you're in your opponent's shoes and look at that champion combination, you're gonna mulligan way differently than you should against an aggro list. Because Draven Caitlyn and Draven Ezreal are both more control-oriented lists, like mid-range control reactive lists. And Bandle 3 decks might keep cards like Mini-Morph to be able to deal with their lost souls, right? And if you have this advantage of your opponent always mulliganing and keeping some of the wrong key cards, this deck is gonna overperform significantly due to the surprise value. The general game plan is pretty straightforward. You swarm the board early, you just play for burn efficiency. Everything you do is supposed to maximize your damage output to the opponent's Nexus. Very often you don't block at all early. For example, with Legion Saboteur, even though you take 3 damage, just dealing that 1 on the attack to your opponent's Nexus is worth more because you're almost always the faster deck. Opposed to other burn decks in the past, this does have quite a lot of draw though, and quite a lot of access to, no pun intended, access to additional burn. Like, while usually with traditional burn decks you'd go into top deck mode eventually, this can just continue the draw cycle. And one thing I also need to mention to you guys that most people are not aware of, but on this patch, you can play Zaunite Urkin on turn 1 without discarding a card. You'll see that in multiple of the games I show on the stream. So even if you have cards in your hand, you can play the Zaunite Urkin and then just press summon where the end turn button is. And yeah, if you don't have discard fodder in hand at that point, you still develop a solid unit. So have fun with this one, get it while it's still hot. Like as soon as more and more people realize what people are trying to do with this deck, with this fake deck basically, they are gonna mulligan better, more correctly, and the deck is gonna perform slightly worse, but the deck is just very strong overall. A lot of decks in the current meta don't have access to healing, and I suppose Zoe Nami does, but you have fervors to kill your own unit and prevent the lifesteal if the Sparklefly tries to block it. Very effective deck in the current meta.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
He was afraid of Tribeam? Yeah, not a Tribeam deck. Yeah, I accidentally discarded the Get Excited, which ended up costing me the game. It was very unfortunate. Oof, just in time. I was gonna cry about how bad I am at drawing 1-drops on turn 1, but this saves the day. Ooh, Rookie into open attack's really good here. Because Rookie is gonna hit twice. Already 9 burn in hand. Ballistic bot is gonna be more. This hits again. We're already like almost in lethal range. Okay, we fervor whatever that thing pulls. Should probably be the Rookie. Grenadier doesn't make sense here. We're full burn now. Ognal, thank you so much for these 16 months, damn. Such a long time, appreciate it. I'll use the Grenadier to block on my opponent's next swing. We're probably still gonna have to survive one attack, and by that point then we'll have drawn enough burn. Revenant is spicy. Could just go Ignition into Decimate. I think it might be Ignition into Mystic Shot my opponent's Nexus to keep spell mana open. My opponent swings, I go... I want to play Ignition for sure. Don't want to discard it. Could use this offensively, it at least forces a block. No, I can't really... I don't really see a good line. If I use Rummage into Twin Blade, I lose the Ignition. Oh! Thank you for drawing me a card. And now I can think about sending the Grenadier in. Or Twin Blade Revenant swings first, then I play Zonite, discard the guy again. That looks pretty good. Imi Darcy, thank you for the raid. Привет от русской бабушки. Привет. Okay, so we're probably losing the ballistic bot here, which means we need other ways of finding burn. Alright, we got 9 in hand. 10 with the ignite. I guess GG. It's literally 12 burn damage in hand. But Ruben's new deck, kind of. I exchanged the Ezreal for a Caitlyn to make it even less obvious. So all I need to do is to not get into burn range this turn and have enough mana, basically. But I can't really develop this. Discuss my mana management. Do I have to, though? I mean, I can also just Decimate next turn, and all of this I can put on the stack later on. I think I like Twin Blade. Why not just one Sion to make it even less obvious as soon as you drop Zonite, they know? Because that... If I play Sion, discard, aggro / midrange, that doesn't change my opponent's mulligan strategy. Right? Because they mulligan against fast decks anyway. All I need to do is not die, so I might as well do this. For maximum HP conservation. This forces my opponent to literally have triple get excited to kill me. Or like double get excited Mystic Shot. A few seasons ago, I used the championless and duelist with the Agros eye package and won in Nivea. Yeah, that works as well. The difference to this list is that if you draw the Anivia, you're a bit sad though, right? It doesn't really help your game plan at all. Whereas Draven and Caitlyn are actually good in this deck. Like in this burn / tempo based aggressive deck. Looks like they're one card off. Told ya. GG. Nah, that scared me for a second, though. That did scare me for a second. Could have been a Mystic Shot as well, although it's not the most likely tech in that deck anymore. Lore Meta. Alright, interesting name. I'm not quite sure how to approach this matchup. Both of these are technically nice. We have Cannon, Urkin, and Saboteur as 1-drops. I think I can keep both. Yeah, looks good. This is Aloof Traveler protection again. I don't think I'm blocking that little smoosh ball, am I? Like 1 damage to my opponent's Nexus should be worth more than 2 damage to mine. Resident Rider should be straight up better. Both of these only kind of get scuffed by the Shurima 2-drop. Bomber Twins. But if they don't have it, then this pushes 4, whereas this only pushes 2 damage. What a hand. It looked like no Pokey Stick. Like, I'm not 100% sure that my opponent would use Pokey Stick on the Poro, but it's a good chance. I think we want to open attack here. Next turn, my opponent can easily play Fearsome Blockers. Oh, okay, so he wants to set up a Scorched Earth. This I can block, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. I shouldn't block. He probably doesn't have any protective spells at burst speed. Or like any spells at burst speed that he's gonna play here. So if we go for maximum damage, I should not block. Told ya. So basically we need Ballistic Bot Ignitions a few times and we're already almost there. Did have the Bomber Twins after all. Yep. Ah, that sucks. It's another Buster Shot most likely. Oh no, wait, this could be Ravenous Flock, right? What my opponent was thinking about earlier. Can you please play Aloof? I can pull this aside, maybe I shouldn't block. Yeah, I just spam Fearsomes, actually. I dislike how these are vulnerable to Pokey Sticks. How do we do this? It's a Fearsome Blocker anyway. I can remove one Fearsome Blocker with Lost Soul, that's the idea. So if my opponent doesn't have more fearsome blockers and I get to play Lost Soul, smarter to not block it. Hey, the loop bait worked perfectly though. Okay, we're 1 damage off. We just go 2-2 and then Twin Blade next round, I think. Could even open attack. We just need to get 1 point of damage through. Open attack's probably better. So we need one of the Poros to connect. Actually, no, it's not better, right? If my so my opponent's odds right now is like Pokestick plus Group Shot. If I play Fallen Rider into Twin Blade, I basically give... I might give Fizz Elusive, though. I think I like just winging it, to be honest. Mini-morph and my opponent doesn't take damage. Play this, my opponent plays Pokestick here. He still takes 1 damage and he needs a group shot. I guess this makes more sense, actually, the more I think about it. The line Revenant pulls Fizz? No, because right now I have 2 Fearsomes going through and my opponent doesn't have stat buffs. This should be GG. Like triple Pokey or like Pokey group shot, of course. But even then we still have 2 draws to find 1 more burn damage. And here we go. They did have mini-morph, so developing was out, like guaranteeing to find us the win in this case. We would have had it no matter what. Yeah, this deck can find some insane reach because it runs so much draw.
From all the regions we are one.
Like, my opponent might have kept that mini-morph in the mulligan, right? Because the way you beat Draven Caitlyn is through mini-morphing the Lost Souls. Which, of course, is pretty useless against a burn deck. That's why we use Runeterra AI. I'm starting to dislike the, availability of... public availability of information of LOR, to be honest. Like, creative deck building doesn't really get rewarded anymore. Except for content creators, I suppose. You guys get the idea. I think I want to play bot on too. My opponent's running Boom Baboons. Or playing the same list that I am. Try Bandle size. There's no point in banning sites that use information that the company gives publicly.
Everything's in place.
Humanity is obsolete. Can you improve perfection?
Ooh, my next turn attack is gonna be sick. I'm probably playing the Poros here, right? into open attack. Like, that deck isn't really good anymore at dealing with a wide board because it kind of cut time winders and static shocks. Only Caitlyn bombs kind of deal with 1 HP units effectively. Oh, that's some Caitlyn bombs. I guess in this case I might as well develop. Let's see, the biggest punish would be a stun spider. Okay. A stun spider sucks a bit. But the potential payoff is really high.
Well, hey there, good looking.
Okay, how do we do this? Could just full swing. I like keeping the ballistic bot back for burn though. No flock, okay. That's really, really good for us. Man, we already got 10 damage in hand again. 10 burn. That is nasty.
Watch and learn.
Yeah, rummage is something that our opponent really did not want to do. While they're already so far behind on tempo, spend mana to draw cards. You want to spend all of your mana to stay in the game, basically.
Can you improve perfection? Primed and ready.
Yeah, playing the rookie can get punished quite easily, to be honest. This is also just like block, and Ravenous Flock. The attack is really not that strong, but it does just enough, I think. If I play rookie, my opponent plays something like Tri-Beam. Kinda sucks for me. Another stun spider would be bad. Boom Baboon into discarding the flame chompers would be bad. I could have used the axe. Don't think I have to. Okay, opponent's not playing the Revenant, I like it. 1 damage off right now. Get the Caitlyn. No more Revenant though.
Hot on the trail.
Random, no, I thought it discarded from the right. No, it was always random as far as I know. I think this is the best meta we've had. I don't know. I feel like those opinions are usually biased, like either recency bias or nostalgia bias or something. I can't really compare. I don't know what like the criteria for a good meta is. I'm missing a bit of damage. Damn. Well, what is it? Why does Dredger swing but not aloof? I don't get it. I don't mind taking the block.
3 times over. There's no shortage of possibilities, but there's always a best path.
I think best meta is being able to compete with every archetype. Then we're not in the best meta because of Zoe Nami though.
The trap is set.
Oh! Back to burn lethal in hand. I should probably put the get excited on the stack. But then I tell my opponent that they have to remove both of the Poros. It's also not the best. Just gotta hope for no second aloof. Hey! We done did it! Ezreal Karma flashbacks. Not the Poro! See, but that's why it was important to lock in the action first. We do put ourselves at risks of them having another aloof, but we're likely to find more burn eventually anyway. We still have more fervors, more decimates, and so on. But they're very likely to have more damage, more removal for the second Poro, but not wanting to use it. Okay, I feel like my opponent's deck should be pretty decent into aggro. Bot is probably one of the better cards here though, due to the stat line. I don't know, this feels greedy, but it might be good. Oh no! They know about the stone stackers. Not a secret anymore. Okay, let's see if we can outrace them. Oh, second make it, Rain wins. TF red card sucks. It's probably TF red card. Should have maybe kept Mystic Shot mana for the keg open. Oh, okay, inefficient removal, then we're fine. Whoa, the fearsome's so good here. So playing the Poro here just makes straight up more sense than playing Ignition. It's also 1 Nexus damage, but we already have the unit on board. TF red card looks giga scary though. 3/8 damage. 10 with TF. Okay. Fervor is so good against the double up that they run. I think we just go maximum damage here. Revenant is tempting, but as long as our opponent doesn't have a fearsome blocker. We smork. Yeah, this should be game. Double up, of course, is a bit scary. Not blocking with this. Pulse, we're not quite there yet. Our Nexus HP is also looking stable. Poland's Gangplank still takes forever. Missing one card to discard though. Oh no, never mind. We can just play the to get excited. Discard the Mystic. There's no... Yeah, there's no healing in that combo. I could have just played it immediately. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do against it. Just didn't see this way at first sight. GG's. Okay, we're rocking a solid win rate with this deck.